everybody. We're here. We're live. Welcome.
I'm here too.
Yeah. I noticed you weren't in the screen, so I thought I'd say hello first.
Yeah. I was just on the wrong camera, that's all.
Okay. It happened all quickly. I didn't know which one was what, so.
Yep.
So do you want to fill us in on what's happening tonight?
So we are going to be giving Reptar that frame that we designed last week. I got all my parts over here. Go ahead and switch over to the other camera. We kind of see some of that. So let's go like this. So there. And flat that guy. Oh, that's an interesting one. So, what we got is our blueprints here that we built last time. The 3D printer Reptar, just for kind of a reference and positioning. I ended up grabbing some PVC glue, and there's now marks on the Reptar here. So any of the green spots are getting glued, and any of the red spots are not. So I don't know if I can zoom with this camera while it's on here. I cannot. I cannot zoom on this with that. But yeah. And then over here, rotate you. Over here, I laid out the parts. So all this stuff up here will become the head. Then we have, this is kind of like the middle of the body, upper shoulder, elbow. The coccyx, these two will make up the tailbone. And then these are like this three right here are like the hips. And these are going to be the ankles. You don't get knees. And then I got this interesting little bent piece here. And an adapter, because this is 1/2-inch pipe where everything else is 3/4. Because the 1/2-inch will fit into this rubber foot I had. It was a little bit of work. And I'm going to cut this on that angle and then put that onto there. So a combination of that 45 plus that 45 on here makes up 90 degrees, which means we're going from vertical here. We'll 45 out this way and then 45 back so that we're standing true, which will give us our tail stand for our tripod because we're kind of making them a tripod. So.
And while that's all happening, I'm still cleaning Reptar's tail.
So, if I can get this to aim in the right spot, there. We got Reptar back here in the proper positioning, even though his head's kind of by where the tail goes. But, so right here is his armhole. Down here is his leg. I'm going to remove this camera for a minute so we can get.
Can't hear you.
Stage. I have to have that one there. So what we will do is we'll go.
Ooh, hi, big knee.
Like so. I have to have that one on there, or I have no audio. I'm gonna have to move that head before I break it on accident. But we're gonna have, what I was trying to say earlier is we're gonna have our 3 points of contact coming out the tail hole here and the leg holes. So we'll actually have the legs coming down and forwards inside of his actual legs here. So you'll have that T piece over here, and then it'll shoot over and it'll 90 down. And then I have another 90 to give him a little bit of a foot to help support him in here.
So what is the foot on Reptar?
These feet are made out of EVA foam, almost completely EVA foam. I did tape my seams with some gaff tape, and then it's all felt lined and hand sewn. The bottom is actually a Harbor Freight floor mat. Give it a little bit of traction. And there's tape inside that one.
So it's proof that you can make anything out of almost anything. You don't need to buy special stuff necessarily.
Well, you can work with a lot. You can modify a lot of stuff and make it work. That's what I forgot to do is put up the big curtain. The tail you see over here is literally cones made out of EVA foam, tape, and glue. And then I actually used the gaff tape in between the sections. I put tape on the inside and tape on the outside and did that in 3 spots going around, kind of turning into thirded off a little bit. And what that does is it allows when I walk the tail to kind of have that little sway to it. That way it's not just a rigid billy club killing everybody behind me. It also gives Reptar that kind of natural arch to his tail right here. Although mine does not poke up like that. Mine kind of sits flatter. But
yeah, yours just lays flat and drags across and gets a bunch of stickers in it.
Well, it's not really meant to be an outside costume.
Yeah.
But that's where the stage was. So we got somebody watching.
That's me.
Oh. Okay. We got nobody watching. But
Yeah.
we'll still build like we do.
Yeah. If you build it, they will come.
Alright, so I'm going to tilt this guy back down to the build screen.
And I will keep picking out these things.
Alright, so we're going to start with the top layer. Which is these. So the top layer is going to go like this. And then I just have to cut a little piece of pipe for plugs in between them. So those 3 going down, then we'll plug into the next layer that we will make. So I'm going to start, I have a full stick back there, but I'm going to start with this little piece first that I found when I was cleaning up earlier. And then we will, because I mean, it's still good pipe. So we'll take this little piece, start with that. That should get me through this and that. And then we'll go from there. There's going to probably be a couple points later on where we have to like set the frame in there to size stuff and our measure stuff with our tape measures and such. But because I have a feeling once I get Reptar to be bipedal, that tripod isn't going to be as simple as just taking my T and do a little plug in there for the 45. I have a feeling, even though that actually goes like that I'm going to have a little bit of a spacer to kick it back before it goes down to get the right angle. So, okay.
Yeah. Some of these.
I hate working with this stuff. I'm actually going to get gloves. Stuff is fucking horrible on your skin.
What stuff? Name the stuff.
PVC glue and primer. So I did get clear. Not so much because of this project, more because I'll use this on other stuff like the fish tanks. And when I do the fish tanks, I want it to be pretty. And normally this PVC primer comes in purple, and then this stuff is usually blue. And or wait, no, those are backwards. That's blue. That's purple. Or purple and blue. Purple and blue. So this is the cleaner. This is the cement. And a lot of the time, that stuff, I mean, that purple is so gnarly, it'll stain your hands purple for a freaking day and a half. Like, I don't know why they put the dyes on there. And it'll stain your project horribly forever because it's actually breaking down the plastic. So part of the cleaner also preps the surface by softening it. And the cement is technically welding the pipes together because what it does is it melts the plastic, bonding the two forever. Because if you have two chunks of soft, semi-melted plastic and you stick them together, they're going to become one piece of plastic. So it is welding via the heat of the chemical breaking down the plastic.
So it's science.
Anytime you're playing with the chemicals, even food. Oh, bad. Okay, I might have to take the glove off to open that. Holy heck. Oh, that one's on there good. Those are on there good. Where do I have some channel locks? Where do I have pliers for this? I'm gonna check the toolbox in here real quick. Where's the toolbox in here?
Well, we don't have anyone in the chat right now, but for those who watch later, you all know what it's like to walk through the stickers in the summertime when they're all dried out. You have to pick them out of your socks. Imagine doing that 100 billion more times out of felt.
While I go look for that, I will do this. There.
And yeah, so I did some of this yesterday too. So let's see if I can show you guys. Without spilling it all. That's the dish I'm using. So yeah, I did a lot last week and I did a little bit yesterday, and I'm continuing on today because you got to get them all out. We did try to toss it in the dryer to try to loosen some up. I'm not sure if it really worked because nothing was in the filter after I actually had to wash stuff. So I don't know. If anyone else has tips besides picking them out, let me know. Leave it.
Hi, Tyler.
Oh, Tyler's there. Hi, Tyler. It's been a long time since we've seen you. He's in the.
Hi, Dado.
He knows. Okay, so I'm gonna kind of make a homemade strap wrench. So I just got a piece of ratchet strap, and I'm gonna use that piece of pipe that I'm gonna be using. Feed the strap through it. Fold it in half. Feed the strap through it. Oh, hey, Sewong.
Yeah, hi, Sewong. Bruce Tater says hi.
Once I shove this all the way through, I'll have a little loop at the end, and that will allow me to grab or put the loop around the lid and the binding feature of the strap. Not being able to, we're almost there. Not being able to smooth will actually create a wrench. So.
I wonder if that's how they invented the ratchet strap.
This is actually would be more like the strap wrenches, like that rubber one we used to have in the kitchen.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, there's a Home Depot receipt in there.
I need to make more tea when we get off the air.
All right. So I know Tyler was there, and Saywan didn't make it there. But you want to talk about Comic Verse a little?
Sure, I'll talk about Comic Verse. Oh, well, Say Wong, what do you want to know about Comic Verse? And I can fill you in, even though we did fill everyone in last night. I mean, I was there with Sack Geeks. I drugged Tyler along, like we kidnapped him and everything. We saw our friends Grumpy Cookies. They're so awesome, and they love Bruce a whole hell of a lot. We saw a lot of artists, vendors, of course, celebrity guests, because you got to have those to bring in the people. And
Anyone
the main reason,
special?
huh?
Anyone special?
Of course, the only reason why I wanted to go in the first place, before Seki said, "Hey, we need to be there," was to meet Mr. Walter E. Jones, the original Black Ranger, Zach Tyler. And Bruce was there in his Black Ranger costume. Jeff was Sid. And I was Kimberly unmorphed. I was powered down. But when everyone for Sat Geeks showed up, we all got cool t-shirts, which they're going to be selling online soon. So look for that on the website, satgeeks.org. They're going to be, I think, $20 plus shipping. Yeah, we drag you. You're a top flapping in the wind too, Tyler, just like James. Yeah, when we got to meet Walter and we got the picture taken, and I told him that meeting him was for my birthday, because it was my birthday weekend.
Yay,
He told me happy birthday. He gave me this giant hug, and it felt so good, like a big old bear hug type hug. Like our ears touched. It was cool and weird at the same time, because it's like, oh my god, he's hugging me. He's hugging me. Tyler.
I got one open. And there goes the other.
So yeah, and then there was a cosplay contest, which it was their first time having one, so it needed some help. But I think overall it was a good show.
Okay, so now that there's some actual people here, I want to talk about this again real quick.
Yes, recap.
Oh, and before we leave the comic verse thing, the video will be up sometime tonight, so keep an eye out for that tomorrow. It should be popping up very soon. I have the majority of it edited. I just have to finish up the last little beauty touches. But so what we have is I'm going to take this pipe and I'm going to glue all these lovely fittings just in that position right there. This is the head for Reptar, the head support. So I'm trying to keep these as tight as I can to each other, because there's not a whole lot of room in that head. And if you guys see the blueprint back here, it now has little colored dash marks all over it. that are green and red, those are just to indicate what I am gluing, what I am not. Because short of his headpiece that we're building first, most of it I want to be able to fold flat. Just for transport.
Well, yeah, because we're making this to display it.
Yeah. And then I normally would cut my PVC with a hacksaw, but I went ahead and bought the PVC cutters just to make it a little bit nicer. Let's see, how deep does that go in there? Give me the ruler. About an inch. So if I cut these at 2 inches, they should be about there. So a couple things with plumbing fittings in general. Oh, I might want to go with the big boys. When you're doing plumbing fittings, so first of all, always dry fit your stuff.
Ooh.
So you're going to always dry fit your stuff before you glue anything. So that seems to be good, so I'll keep going from there. The other thing is, if you have parts like 90s and stuff, set yourself a clock mark. So what I mean by a clocking mark is, so this one needs to aim down and this one has to be a turn. So what I'll do is I'll find a spot on here and I'll just put a line between the two pieces I'm connecting, so that when I go to glue it together and I shove it together, before it sets, I can clock it, make sure the lines match up, and that will make sure all our parts line up in the long run at the end, and we don't end up with this thing accidentally out here. That is super important because some of these fittings are not cheap. Like this guy here, which is like almost $5 for that one fitting. These tees aren't as bad; they're like $1, but still, it adds up after a while. If you already have 3 tees on the line and you put the 4th one in the wrong position, well, now you need to redo that whole thing, and that's $5 plus the pipe that you just ruined, and another trip to Home Depot. So,
No, we didn't know there was a cosplay gathering on Saturday, Sewong. So, probably not, because
where is it at?
Yeah, give us the deets.
Because I mean, NorCal is a big area. Are we talking Crescent City way up north? Or are we talking local?
Put it in the chat or send it to us privately on our socials. Either way, because I did not come across this. At William Land Park. Is that the one by Fairy Tale Land?
Yeah. I wonder if it's the same one we went to last time.
I think you were probably there, Sewong. Were you at the last one that we went to at that same place? I don't recall. Okay.
I thought.
So what time is it supposed to be, or can you send us the link? You were not there, but you know of it. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, because I know the dude that does the guy that fought Roanoa, the one with the big sword. That dude, I do believe he showed up to that one. I think he's Spanish. The dude that used to hang out with
Pepperjack
and them.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. I can never say his name right, so I feel bad trying to even say it.
I think who you're actually thinking of may have been our friend that does the pictures. That's a tennis coach.
Oh no, not him. Yeah, well,
Because I know he showed up to that for a little bit.
yeah. And the old 360 guy was there that I don't know, just seemed to have disappeared off the planet. Well, okay, Sewon, you weren't at the last one. Are you gonna be at this one? Because, like, yeah, we need to figure out when it's gonna be and stuff to see if we'll be able to go and what costumes to take.
I know the last one that was in William Lyon Park, there was a problem with having weapons. So I would just say if you are going, probably play it safe, and not have guns, knives, things such as these.
Oh yeah, because it's right next to a child.
Well, people saw one of the common cosplayers around here does the ghost cosplay, and he always has his pistols, and someone saw him and panicked and reported him to the cops.
Yeah.
Is that enough cut off there that I can close it in? Yes, that is.
Ugh. It's so hard to get these stickers out. Oh, we have 4 people in the chat.
Oh no.
Oh,
Our camera is dying.
Oh no.
We can do this. There is cable.
Oh, memento, poor favor.
Oh,
They are experiencing technical difficulties.
it's on a jiggle for us, Eric.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
What? Ding. There we go.
Oh, a word from our sponsor. I don't know if we were to get a sponsor. I don't know who would be best to sponsor us.
Hobby Shop. Something or freaking like Hobby Lobby style place.
Yeah.
That type of thing. That'd be wonderfully useful.
Or Foam Forage. Or Form Force. What was their name?
Sewong seems to have hit us up in the Facebook Messenger.
Okay, I'm gonna check that out right now on my phone. From 12 to 5. Yeah, I got it. Got it. Yeah. Thank you, Sewong. That's why, because it's part of a private group. So they're based in San Jose, it looks like. The group itself. But they are doing stuff in Sacramento.
Gathering will be in G17.
What's G? Okay.
It's probably the site in the park. Cause you know how they rent out sections?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably like that.
Okay.
They probably have a grid system, and it's probably G is one or letters one, numbers the other, so it's G within this direction and 19 on this direction to make it easier for rangers and such to find things.
When you're clicking that, it sounds like a malfunction is happening or something.
Yeah, it has a ratcheting feature. It's fine for this little stuff, but like when I do my fish tank, I probably won't use these things just because I can get a cleaner, squarer cut using the bandsaw or the hacksaw. But this is very good for the convenience of it.
Yeah.
And that what you're hearing is it has like a ratchet gear on the bottom here.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the ratchet. So every time you squeeze it, it pushes the ratchet. And then you hear it click forwards. And that ping is there's a spring up inside here to retension the thing back to the open hand position. And then if you push out on the handle like that, it releases the little piece and allows it to go back to fully open. Alright, got a handful of cut. Let's put some stuff some pieces in place. That one needs to go shorter. All these need to go shorter, it looks like. That sucks. Just a little, which is going to be real hard. I think this might be where this little one comes in. This little one doesn't have the ratchet feature, which makes it a lot harder to cut. Because you're using...
And then that happens.
brute force. Well, what it did is it freaking skipped off at an angle.
Mm.
It's not ideal.
Ouch. That is poking me.
Okay, so I took the saw and just gave it a little dash mark so it had something to bite into. Jeez, I feel like I should have safety glasses on for something like that.
Well, you putting on safeties? What?
Shooting a little piece of plastic across the room. I mean, it's not pretty. I wouldn't trust it with water, but it worked. I think if I actually go in a little more, I might be able to. Yeah, now we're actually cutting through. Again, not beautiful cut. I'm not a big fan of these little guys. Never used the little ones before, but that will work for what we're doing it for.
Yep.
I'm going to close these jars up real quick before I spill one. Plus, they're super fumy. I'm starting to smell them.
So, also, since Saewon brought up a local event, the next big one that we were planning on going to was Stockton Con. If anyone out there in the YouTube verse is going to be there, we will be there.
Yeah. I mean, there's going to be Pinky and Brain there. Like, Rob Paulson is voice, like, he's one of the voices of childhood, of most of our childhoods.
Yeah.
That man has been two different Ninja Turtles. He's one of the Animaniacs. He's Pinky. He's Carl Weasley. He's been everything. So,
And also, supposedly, Corinne Ashley, who was Aisha in Power Rangers, is going to be there, which would be really cool if she really was.
I think I might have to keep this one up to saw.
I'm looking it up right now just to confirm.
Oh.
And then of Booker T, Joe Hendry.
The wrestler Booker T?
Yes. Laz Alzano. He's an actor. Olivia Hack is going to be there. We know her. Another voice actor, Maurice LaMarche.
Okay.
Because he was Brain, and a lot of other voice actors or voice characters. Obviously, Rob Paulson, like I just said, Karen Ashley, Nikita Burzes. She was Yellow Ranger in Zeo, like when they had to switch over the timeline and the storyline. So she took over. And then Brandon Durman is going to be there. Karen Can Kent. And a bunch of other people. So it looks like they have a good lineup, a really good show for StockToCon Winter 2025. So if you guys wanted to go, that's who's going to be there. And of course, we're going to be walking around.
It's people in the sonic ball.
Okay. Well, you know we're live, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Is Daddy just building?
Yep. I am making the Reptar stand.
Okay.
Yeah, Daddy's building with pipes and you're building with Lego.
Yeah. Captain Song.
Okay, I'm going to go a little shy of 2 inches so I don't have to do that trimming because that was not fun. Oh, this one's stuck. Like, good. Yeah, Sewong and Tyler, since you guys came in a little after I already said it, I'm still pulling shit out of Reptar's tail. Holy cow, Booker. Yeah, it is pretty awesome. Okay, let's get a couple more of these cut real quick.
All right. Well, thank you for that information about the cosplay meetup on Saturday, Sewong. I hope to see you there, and I hope to see many other people that we know in the area. Most likely will be there. Because when we go to stuff like that, we never know who's going to be there until we get there. Unless we know the people directly hosting it, and then we end up in a big old group chat.
Alrighty.
It's a fish pond.
It actually should be a nice day too, because it's supposed to be nice and clear this weekend.
Oh, yeah, hopefully.
It's supposed to be clear Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, allegedly. So that's going to be the part that actually sits in the head right there. So this will sit up, and then the top of the head will sit onto this. And then off of these 3 stems, I have to put this assembly. Oh, that's good news, information to have. The T is slightly longer than the 90s. So And the purpose of having the 3 T's this way. So if I had only just the middle T and I had put straight pipe here, this technically could kind of shift. We might not even actually have to glue this thing. Might be able to friction hold itself. By having the T here, with the 90s here, this T won't let all our 4-way won't let all 3 T's shift side to side because it'll lock it in from being able to move that way. I might have to play with that a little. That being longer, what I just noticed is it's longer than the T's, just by a little bit, about like 1/8 of an inch, which means these are the length of the T right now. So it's going to want to push them out a little, which is not a big deal. But it would have saved me a lot of work when I was trying to make the fit tight and didn't need to. We are almost out of this piece. Okay, so we're going to stick that in there. That goes there. And then these two will sit just like so. So we need 2 more, or 4 more pieces at 2 inches, just under 2 inches. We have this one, which is 2.5 inches. So I will mark this. We'll cut off this little piece, and then we'll get into the big tube. I hope I don't have to go outside, but if I have to, I should have another stick of 3/4 out there.
Mm-hmm. Right, thank you, Simon, for all that information about the gathering. We will see what we have, and obviously, we were there at the last one, so we understand about the rules and stuff, so we know about the props and things like that.
Okay, that's one. And now we are on to the big pipe. Oh, shit. Oops, sorry, BMO.
BMO, what'd you do to BMO?
Slapped him in the face with a piece of pipe.
But he's just a child.
Da, 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 da. Dun, dun, dun.
Oh, babe, we'll probably need to start wrapping up in a little bit.
Is it? Wow, we've been going. This went fast.
Oh,
Might have to make this a third episode. So there is a mystery person in the watching us. But we can at least get this head done. Everything else should go fairly quick after that. But yeah, we're gonna. I will get all of my parts measured up and cut before the next show for sure, so that we aren't sitting here staring at me cut pipe.
Yeah. Well, also we had some vehicle technical difficulties today, so.
Yeah, but we'll get everything prepped up the rest of the way. Because I'm not doing chemicals, I don't need you right now. But 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. All right. So we will cut.
Ew. Oh, this is super stuck. There we go. It's coming.
So
Oh,
also you might notice the name a little bit different on the next one. We are going to be calling these builds on the live show here, in this whole live show, Be a Maker. So I know most of you were in the chat last night and saw the shirt I was wearing. So we're going to be going with Be a Maker for the name of the show. I'd already come up with that shirt, and I kind of like the sound of it. So the whole point of this channel, realistically, is to kind of help inspire people just to, like, even if you don't know what you're doing, go try. The worst thing you're going to do is ruin some material. But it's not really ruining it because you learned something. Even if you do it wrong, you learned what not to do. Alright. Alright, now we got that one and that one to do.
I think they did the same thing last time with the raffle tickets for the gala. So that's cool that they're doing that again. It's really cool.
There we go. I think this is going to friction hold itself together. Yeah, that's pretty stable. I'm not even worried about gluing that. So I'm not even going to worry about gluing that. That's our head piece. This is going to go inside his head. The costume will sit on top of that. And because it has these legs, it doesn't allow the tees to turn this way. And because it has this leg here, it doesn't allow it to tilt this way. So it allows us to have a single mounting point where we could turn Reptar's head for whatever pose we would like, while at the same time making it stable where his head ain't gonna flop down and kill somebody. So I'm going to let's see which camera works better for this. Let's do this camera. Tilt this up. So inside of Reptar is not a spacious spot. It's kind of crowded in there. So I'm going to take my piece and see what I can do about getting it to slide in and have it sitting somewhere stable. That's not going to damage itself. I might actually have to trim the thing down more. What I'm finding is that I'm too big this way. I've already minimized this a lot, pretty much as I could. So what I'm looking at possibly doing is, actually, let's see if that works. That is close. Okay, so what I'm looking at doing here is I'm going to, can't trim those too far. Okay, pull 2x4 up out of the way. Does that make enough room to fit it? There. It does. Okay. Think we might be ditching those 290s off. Because what I'm looking at here is like this, I can just barely fit it in there. I'm going to see if I can't get away with that to give it a little bit more support space. That has a little bit of shelf in the back there. But it's very crowded in here. Oh yeah, that works. That will work. I might have to glue it now, but that will work. Okay, so lift that up and I'll show you guys in there. So what I have to do is I have to tuck the straight bar underneath this 2x here, which just holds sidewalls out from bowing. And then this is where the vertical shaft will go. And then I have the T at the top there just to help catch, because there's actually a piece of square foam going all the way around, which is what this connects the main body part to this upper casting that I carved out of foam for his head. So, but that with some glue, a headpiece. So, but I think we are going to switch gears real quick here from the build that we have going, and I'm gonna need my assistant, Bruce.
Ripper, Dada's calling you.
And we are going to check out my package. Package 1. Take you guys down so you can see what the little man's doing. What color?
Wow.
Brown. What would brown be for?
Huh?
What would brown be for?
Doobie doobie doo. For Perry.
Make Perry a platypus hat.
Yes.
Now we can make a platypus hat
For Perry.
for Perry. Oh, what was that? Trade it. Let's see what's in that one.
Just like.
Throwing out address. Oh, throw out address on the last box ahead of time.
Okay.
Here. I will pop that. Why don't you start on that one? Hold up top. Let the people see what you have.
Okay.
You got
What's in the box? What's in the box?
Tyler and them watching.
Okay.
And so on. Here's the corner. There you go.
I want you to
Now, throw the paper on the ground. What we got? What we got? What we got? What we got?
And then a box.
What's in the box?
It's a nesting box.
Their dehumidifier. So this is to help keep the filament good.
Oh, good. The plug.
Hopefully it will fit on the shelf back here.
Dad, the plug.
Yeah, we got the plug blowing to the side here.